Now, nearly a dozen years later, Mutombo is still making an impact in the game of basketball, but this time across the street. Last season, Metro State softball had a resurgence, reaching their first NCAA tournament appearance in 5 years. This year, the softball team wants to repeat that feat, but they want to go even further. Joined 1-1 in day one of the Colorado Premier Challenge, Coach Debbie Hendricks says she'd like to see the Roadrunners clean up their total errors. Brandon Jefferson is only 5'9", but he has not let that get in the way as he leads the RMAC in a multitude of stats. Metro State Volleyball is blazing through the competition. Not only are they undefeated on this floor, but they're also ranked number 15th in the country. But the test is not getting any easier for them as they took on number 10 ranked Colorado School of Mines. Head coach Jared Otis enters his 4th year here with the Roadrunners, and he has a very experienced squad that features 15 upperclassmen. The weather outside is starting to get cold, but the action in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference is starting to heat up. Spring is almost here in the Mile High City. That means it's time to break out the bats, and softball season's upon us.
Here's the matriculation of Patrick Mutombo.
In final seconds. No shot at the buzzer, and the title belongs to Metro State.
For 4 years, Patrick Mutombo helped lead Metro to the top of the D2 mountain, winning 2 national championships. Then Metro assistant and current Metro head coach Derek Clark says Mutombo left a lasting impact on the Metro State program.
This is dangerous to say this, but he's one of my all-time favorites. He was never afraid to work for anything. He was in here late nights, or in the dorms, late nights at 11 o'clock shooting, working on his game.
Now, nearly a dozen years later, Mutombo is still making an impact in the game of basketball, but this time across the street as an assistant coach with the Denver Nuggets.
It was just time. My wife and I felt like it was time for me to move on. I was fairly young.
After a back injury ended his playing career, the Metro State Athletic Hall of Famer says the transition to coaching was not too difficult.
When I came into coaching, the fact that I could still play a little bit kind of make that transition a little bit more enjoyable because I was still able to go and play one-on-one with the guys or 3-on-3. So that passion, that fire for the game was still there.
Mutombo is in charge of game prep, scouting opponents, and player development under head coach Brian Shaw. But a lot of what he learned at Metro has helped him at the pro level.
Dedication to a goal, commitment to a goal, commitment to each other.
Still relatively fresh off the hardwood, the players like what Mutombo brings to the team.
I mean, he's just a very motivating assistant. He's constantly available for guys to develop and get better.
With all the success that Mutombo had with the Roadrunners and now climbing the coaching ladder with the Denver Nuggets, Coach Clark says it's a joy to see a former player excel.
But I'm prideful, of him doing, every time I see him on TV, it just makes me very prideful.
While Mutombo is enjoying his time as an assistant coach with the Nuggets, he's hoping for bigger things in his coaching career.
Ultimately, yes, I want to be a head coach in this league.
For the Roadrunner Review, I'm Davy Burke. It's a new season for Metro State baseball, but this season will have a new look to it with the opening of the brand new Regency Athletic Complex.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I've been waiting for this ever since I've been here, and I think it just gives us a whole bunch of motivation.
So excited. This is the first time in the 5 years I've been able to see something new that they promised me when I was a incoming freshman.
The new field features bigger dugouts, lights, and now field turf.
It really helps us out. It melts really quick. I mean, we had 3-4 inches a couple days ago, and we're already back out here. And then just the maintenance side of it, we can kind of get off the field a little bit quicker.
While the field will look different, the faces on the team will not, with 15 upperclassmen returning.
They've done a great job. Our senior class is phenomenal. It's a great group of guys. Our captains are doing a great job.
The underclassmen really push the upperclassmen, and it allows the upperclassmen to become leaders.
One of those upperclassmen returning is senior catcher and team captain Daryl Baca, who looks to make an impact in his last year with the Red and Blue.
Thing I can do to help the team win. Personal goals aside, big pictures, let that team win.
Baca will also be part of a team that is capable of putting up a lot of runs on the board.
We have a lot of power, we have a lot of speed. From top to bottom, we have confidence in every single person.
The pitching will also bring success to the Roadrunners, which is led by seniors Nick Hammett and Mike Thill.
We still got a lot of experience coming back. There's going to be a guy or two that's probably going to come out of the bullpen.
We're going to need some new guys to step up and eat up some innings and definitely get get some outs and come into big situations.
This team is picked to finish third in their division in the RMAC. However, the squad has their own goals they want to accomplish, which includes establishing a winning tradition at the new complex.
They win conference, go to regionals, all that kind of thing. Everybody wants to do that, but it all starts with right here in the early mornings practicing.
For the Roadrunner Review, I'm Davy Burke.
Stand back, coming up the far sideline. This to the right wing, stops there behind the back, now crosses over. Pull up jumper, it's contested.
Brandon Jefferson came up clutch for Metro in 2013, but he's having an even bigger season this year.
Great job by Big Shot BJ.
It's been 4 years of hard work, really, on and off the court, and empty gyms, getting my reps up. It's been a long journey.
The Texas native began his collegiate career as a young freshman who averaged 9 points per game. But he has worked hard to become one of the most dominant players in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference and even the nation.
He's just worked every year to add a component to his game. You know, he's the guy that's in the gym all the time. He's the guy that's lifting weights. He's the guy that's constantly trying to get better. And, you know, he's the model of what we want players to be from, you know, the freshman year to the senior year.
The senior leads the conference in points per game, three-point percentage, free throw percentage, and steals per game. While all those stats are impressive, it's his intangibles and leadership that makes Jefferson elite.
Do what the coach is asking, you know, he's going to reinforce it, you know, he's going to yell at you, and you just can't be, you know, weak-minded. You just have to take his message and just keep it moving. So, you know, I say he's a pretty strong leader, and, you know, he influences his team in a good way.
So once it's said and done, where will Jefferson land among all-time great Roadrunners?
When I first came as a freshman, Coach Clark talked about legacy, leaving a good legacy, and that's what I try to do each year, just leave my legacy. And this year, I think I'm doing a pretty good job.
For the Roadrunner Review,
Jefferson corner, drains it, and the foul counted.
I'm Davy Burke.